Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I'm opposed to the recommendations, so just keep things the way they are.
Okay. So we have we'll do a motion and then we'll have discussion. Okay, so we have a motion to, we would have to receive
and file.
We'd have to do a motion to receive and file
So,
on
motion to
this,
receive
and
and
then, yeah.
Yep.
So we have a second discussion.
Question on the table.
Discussion? Yeah.
No, there's no recommendation.
Yeah, so the motion would be to receive and file that Alderman Sapienza put forward. So we have a discussion on the motion to receive and file? Please.
So I think we just heard from a few members a few members of the public who support the change. One, I would say that we don't stop anybody from saying anything. I've heard people, mentally ill people, talk about numbers and predicting the future. We've heard people talk about, and people can come here and talk about anything they want. We don't stop any type of speech. Also, we allow banners. We just don't allow them to block our thing. Now, I did send out the case, FCC versus Pacifica Foundation, U.S. Supreme Court case. I believe it's still good law from 1978, although not exactly on point. What it said is that George Carlin's 7 Dirty Words skit, one of them was the F word, one of them was the C word, one of them was the MF word, that the FCC could restrict the broadcast of these words. I would point out that 2 things. One, our meetings are broadcast to the city of Manchester and beyond. And you can also watch it on the computer. I routinely watch meetings on the computer. So it's going into people's houses, just like in the FCC case. Secondly, we routinely have young children here. Tonight we had a 7-year-old girl. So we shouldn't be dropping F words and see. If you can't express your ideas, we routinely do this all the time. The members of the Republic routinely express ideas without swearing. If you can't express yourself without swearing, then you have a problem with you. Now, but anyways, I think our current rules are fine. And again, we routinely have school children here from different sports teams, from different schools, and we shouldn't be allowing vulgarities. There is some law. I know I sent it to Attorney Rice and Attorney Chiesa, but I believe we do have the power to restrict, because we're broadcasting and because we have children here, to ask people not to use vulgarities. And I think our current rules that when we first came in back in January of '24, we worked on the rules. I think they're serving us fine, and we don't need to change them. Thank you.
Additional discussion. Alderman Long.
Thank you, Your Honor. So the members of the public that spoke were experts in the field. And I'm going to they were experts in the field, and I'm going to take their recommendation. And personally, I like whether somebody uses any vulgarity when children are here is going to happen no matter what the rule is. They're just going to use it, and we're going to do whatever we're going to do. So I would rather suggest, suggesting to people that they try to keep the decorum instead of saying shall. I'd rather suggest it to them. So
Just as I respect your opinion, but asking people has no teeth whatsoever. There's no, just asking somebody, and I don't know. But anyway, so I won't belabor the point.
Last year we had Alderman Cantor.
Thank you, Your Honor. I just wanted to question the state reps about this. How do they do it in Concord? Because when I've gone up to testify, everything's been, it might be passionate, but it's always respectful. And I didn't feel in fear when I was there talking about hot topics. But in January, February, and March of last year, it was awful, singing the song, from the Palestinians. I mean, it's just too much. So I'm just curious on how it is, compared to Concord, and what's the verbiage? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, do they act that? I didn't see anyone act that.
yeah, I've been there for nine terms, but and I've never heard any vulgar language. There's no rule that says you can't use vulgar language. We've just never heard it.
So, I mean, as we all remember, we had a number of months, a number of meetings last year where there was significant disruption repeatedly over the course of multiple meetings. At the request of some of the members here, including Alderman Cantor, who was passionate about this as well, I asked the solicitor, I asked the clerk to do a review of all the rules that are around the state. And that included Concord as well, which is where we got the changes to the banner from, was what they do up in Concord. I think that the changes we made last year were prudent. I think that they were appropriate. I don't think that we need to support them. I believe they passed constitutional muster. I think those are the conversations that I had with the solicitor and with the clerk as well. So I would support the motion to receive and file. Is there any additional? Yes, Alderman Sapienza.
Whether it's constitutional or not, it's a bad look for us to limit people's speech. If somebody wants to come here and use profanities, they're going to look like a knucklehead. That's the penalty they're going to pay. But I've been here for 10 years. You're the third mayor I've served under. Every single mayor from either party, they have people come up, say all kinds of nasty things to them. That's part of the job. You know? They come, they say nasty things, then they go away. All of a sudden, we got to have this big reaction because some people came here and expressed themselves. I just think it's outrageous that we changed. I thought it was outrageous when we changed the rules, and I think we ought to, limiting speech is crazy. This is America, last I knew.
Thank you again. I believe in freedom of speech, but everyone deserves to feel safe, and it's just insanity. My Jewish friends did not feel safe coming here last year. You know, they couldn't come and voice their concerns. This is real, and this is not okay, and I'm sticking with, you know, leaving it the way it is. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Okay, so we have a motion before us to receive and file. All those in favor?
Roll call.
Roll call from Alderman Long.
Okay. Alderman Long.
No.
Alderman Fajardo.
No.
Alderman Tony Sapienza. No. Alderman Cantor.
Yes.
Alderman O'Neill.
No.
Alderman Lavasser. No. Alderman Terrio.
Yes.
Alderman Ed Sapienza.
Yes.
Alderman Burkish.
No.
Alderman Berry. No. Alderman Vincent.
Yes.
Alderman Thomas.
Yes.
Alderman Morgan.
Yes.
Alderman Goonan. No. Motion passes 8-6.
No, fails.
Motion fails. Sorry, 8-6.
Okay. Moving into regular business.
Your Honor.
So we need a motion to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, motion to approve item 11?
So we have a motion to approve by Alderman Long, second by Alderman Sapienza. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Roll call, let's roll call it.
Okay.
Okay, so the motion is to approve item 11. Roll call vote by Alderman Sapienza. How do you
No.
vote? No. Alderman Burkish.
Yes.
Alderman Berry.
Yes.
Alderman Vincent.
No.
Alderman Thomas.
No.
Alderman Morgan.
No.
Alderman Goonan.
Yes.
Alderman Long.
Yes.
Alderman Fajardo.
Yes.
Alderman Tony Sapienza.
Yes.
Alderman Cantor.
No.
Alderman O'Neill.
Yes.
Alderman Lavasser. Alderman Terrio.
No.
Motion passes 8-6.